trying to get some music that won't have a copyright strike. How are you? How are you? Hopefully these don't suck. Got water in my nose. All right. Look a little tired today. I had to get up early. Mandatory. Need some moisture. Good morning, good love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Woke up about 40 minutes ago. So I did like kind of just rest a little bit. You know, like you hear your alarms, you're like, yeah, I have to get up, don't I? Let me just under eye looks a little poofy, but we're gonna like let that drain and like massage it out. Thank you, Caleb. Activate the lymph nodes. Like maybe this just happens like when you get a little bit older. Sometimes your face kind of poofies up from like water retention, like if you eat like too much salt or sodium. Good morning, good morning. I already feel like my sinus is draining a little bit. Maybe not like the most like kawaii cute thing, but giving you all a play-by-play of the boring stuff. I also washed my brushes. Did not do it on live like how I said. I was doing a whole bunch, but hopefully you all did take the time if you all wear makeup. Good morning, buddy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You get poofy in the morning too? Yeah, like this definitely gets a little poofy. Like before it did not, but you know, whatever. Like a little bit of serum left. I don't want to squeeze it too much because then I know it's just gonna like waste out everywhere. Did I use it all up already? Okay. Yes, Saturdays, Sundays is the brush washing ritual where you get to like zen out for at least like what 15-20 minutes if it takes that long. Play some like maybe soothing music or just listen to the water. Don't think about the hecticness at work and all of that. Good morning, good morning. What products am I using? My favorite brands. This is just a face mask that I get like when I buy stuff online. I guess it's okay. I don't notice that much of a difference, but sometimes I use that for hydration. I do like Fresh's Rose Water for like, I wash my face like from anything that I was using last night and just to like rehydrate before I put on anything else, moisturizer, sunscreen. I usually splash some of that on. But since I did the serum today, I won't use that one, I guess. I won't. Using Japanese sunscreen. Help glide this. How's everybody doing? How's your weekend? So I'm using Japanese sunscreen. Ta-da, from Nivea. It's a water gel. So as you can see, like, I can gloop this on. Like, there's no white cast whatsoever. Your weekend was good, Kelly? Nice. Yeah, I like this Japanese sunscreen. I used to use an American one of those like economy brands. More so for sport. But the thing is that it was kind of greasy, and like the more that you use it and everything, maybe I'm not like shaking it up or whatever, that when it would get like halfway or so, it'll look even more greasy. Welcome, welcome, Lily. Ohio. This, it doesn't make my makeup look greasy. By the end of the day, maybe my makeup doesn't look like really creasy here, like in this area, because I'm like, you know, moving my face and stuff. I just really, really like that. And yes, I do use primer, but I did use this without primer before, and like, it was really nice. I really like it. And that was a suggestion by a girl that like swears by like Japanese sunscreens, and she gave me like a whole list to try, and I'm like, we'll see which one I get. So I did that. How's it going, Lily? How was school? How was class? Get some of my products out. For other fake products, I do like Fenty's foundation. That is my go-to. I do use the matchsticks, concealer sticks and stuff. Where is my primer? I bet it's like underneath something. Or maybe I put it in a different bag. Yep, it's underneath. Let me like double check, because like I'm missing something right now. I'm missing my state ID. Like, thank goodness I don't live at that location anymore. But I just find that interesting though. I'll answer that later. Use e.l.f. primer. Just a touch. For today's topic, well, I was watching something online. Trying to make this area a little less poofy. Where like some guy didn't want like his wife or his girlfriend to leave, or I guess like enjoy the world or something. So what he did was he took her passport from her, which is illegal, by the way. Which is just like, wow, you're really restricting somebody to meet better people. Just really interesting, the things that people do when they hate you, when they hate themselves. We're gonna have to like tidy up a little bit. And I am looking for I put it in a different bag. I bet you I'll probably put it in a different bag. Let's see. Oh yeah, did I put it in here? Does not look like it. That's weird. It's usually up here. Did it roll? Blah, 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 blah. That's weird. I really don't want to like take everything out. It's at the bottom. Oh yeah, because I dumped all of this out looking for something. So everything's not like where I need it to be. A little bit of this. This is usually for eyeliner. Put it like on my oily zone. This product, like you can't let it sit a little bit because it'll just dry up like really quickly and you won't be able to like blend it in whatsoever. Do that. Two sides of a heart and a rainbow. Yay. Let's see if my mod is in the chat still. Wash my brushes. Actually, this is just stupidity. All right. Let's get into it. So I will let this sit just a bit. Just to like help it oxidize. I don't like putting foundation on the back of my wrist. As far as having something. Or back of my wrist, back of my hand to let it like warm up or whatever. So that means that like, not only do I have to clean my fingertips from like blending in, now I have to like make sure I don't have any makeup on the back of my hand. All right, gonna pat, 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 pat. And blend. Yeah. And also there was another like TikTok or YouTube lady, very pretty and everything, where everybody's like, oh, you know, like Wizzy Lee or whatever her name is, can you know, eat here, go here, but like her boyfriend can't because he like manipulated her, so she couldn't like leave him and stuff. I'm not quite sure like what else that he did, but it's also interesting because like have the whole world saying like, oh, this guy can't eat here, this guy can't like go here, this guy can't travel here, blah, 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 blah. How dare he do this to her? You know, like she deserves so much better. But let it be like a black woman, right? Nobody cares. Like they will most likely embrace the guy. Like the world, America, a lot of people have this like obsession with like telling black women like, don't be too pretty, don't be too successful, don't be too this, don't be too that. Like stay in your place of like being the help, being a slave, being a mammy or whatever, or like just a form of entertainment. You know, you're not gonna get help as if like we're supposed to like having crappy relationships. I think this is blended. But it's also just interesting though, like the things people say, like, oh, I could never, oh, if this was, you know, my so-and-so or my friend, you know, like I'll do this, that, and the other. But they also engage in behaviors where you're being that person that you say that you wouldn't want your friends to date or whatever, you know? Oh no, this sucks for this person, but yet you're intimidating another black woman, but you claim that you like black women as a black woman, but not a specific black woman that's doing nothing to you. Like, that's interesting. And like, no matter like how much you try to play the game or try to be unthreatening or whatever, it's just like, how do you navigate people who just want to be bullies, just want to be grown up high school bullies? And it's really interesting. Should have did my concealer. Oh well. I'm like ready to go. Just like get rid of a little bit. Also drop a hibiscus or a flower in the chat to see if things are okay. My internet has been going a little slow because I think somebody moved the flip-flop and box or whatever. Let's do a little touch of that. Okay. Has it been all right? Like before I cut the music? It's fine. Okay. Maybe I'll put back on the music. Because I do not like doing my makeup, getting ready, like without something, you know? It's a cute music. Okay. I got like 20 minutes. What music? Cute copyright. But where is that at? Like, oh, I love black women, blah, blah, blah. But yet you, when you're around me, you want to pretend like you're dancing some like little fight punchy stuff. Um, how is that like in black women when it's like you're not doing this around a white man? You know, you're not choosing to do this over there or like with anybody else, you know. Oh, you like black women, but yeah, you are allowing somebody to lie on her, you know, which is just like some of the disappointments of the black community. Or like, oh, you're talking to somebody and they always have to have an attitude like, oh, blah, they got the neck rolling and everything, blah, 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 looking you up and down. It's just like, if you have a problem and you want to be all big and bad or whatever, why don't you just say it? Oh, wait, then like, then that will be something, right? That will be an infraction. That will be hey, this person is doing something wrong, illegal, you know, but they're the ones that get the promotions, they suck up to somebody else, and then they act like little mean girls and everything, wear the t-shirts as if nobody can like figure out, you know, the meaning and stuff, you know, which is really interesting. Just for them to play mammy to a white person, you know, at the end of the day. Like when the dynamics just really like scream out from the rooftops or whatever. Like it's really interesting. I guess that's what happens when people take bribes at work. But, so I don't want to bring that with me. That's done. Like sometimes I just see like so much advice online and it's like, this looks like it would work with normal people. Dizzan, good morning. Good morning, good morning. How are you? I'm getting ready. Well, duh. I had to wake up early today. Like, I don't mind, even though, like, I've been noticing some interesting things at work. Not like I haven't noticed it, like, from the get-go. Um, you know, just, like, I like to sit back and everything and just, like, see the dynamics, you know? Just like, oh, okay. Do I know how to play that like full corporate game fully? I don't think so, but it's interesting when people are like, oh my gosh, we care about each other and blah, 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 blah. Oh, you need a ride, you sure, you sure, you're sure, to like nothing. They don't even say goodbye, you know? And I just find that so interesting. I guess it's like, oh, let's pretend like we're so friendly. Let's pretend like we actually have each other's backs and blah, 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 right? Almost like that love bombing thing. And then like take it away or like try to make somebody reliant on you to take it away and make them feel like, oh no, what did I not do right or whatever, when it's like, you guys are coming on way too strong. It feels fake, you know? Or even having somebody have similar interests. And it's like, okay, you know, we can laugh, da, da, da. But then having just like at the back of my head, like this person probably feels, you know, how dare maybe somebody darker like these things. Like, yeah, they're saying that like, wow, this is so cool or whatever, until it's not. Or, oh, you know, like I come in wearing makeup too. You know, I'm not the only one wearing makeup. And then you have people like making comments like, oh, I didn't have enough time for makeup. Well, either you make time or you don't. You're only judging yourself, you know. But you want to put that out onto somebody else, right? Somebody get deleted. Oh, spam. You still typing the weekend? Oh, you must have had a lot of fun. I saw some of your pictures. I wish I was there. A little bit more on. Really using a spoon? Don't like that sound. Thank you, my dear. But it's interesting, right? Like it's not like, oh wow, you like this. It's like build it up, right? Build you up, make you feel like so like things are gonna be perfect. that things are gonna, you know, you make all the friends and things are gonna be super happy and blah 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 blah. Just to start getting like little digs and stuff, right? Or be made to feel uncomfortable so somebody can be like, oh, I just want to look at her reaction or something. Just like, this is a little weird, you know? To thinking like if you match with somebody just like on the off chance, you know, just having the same color scheme or whatever, that they're gonna have like an attitude or whatever, which happened, not me. I mean, like they seem to like be like, oh wow, we're matching, yay, hee hee hee. Where it's just like, I guess, are you really happy about this? You know, to when somebody else matched with them, um, they were like, oh, you know, this person got on the same, and it's just like, here we go. To even like I was getting help with something, right? Like training was done, and this made me know that like all of that shit was bullshit, right? When they were like, I can't remember like what the full thing was, but they were like, oh, I'm gonna cut you or whatever, and I was like, oh really now? You know, I said something else, and then she tried to, I guess, like brush it off, and it's like, do that to yourself. You know, like I know that's rude or whatever, and nobody should be doing that in the first place. But when you're threatening somebody else and you don't know how the fuck they act or whatever, or you're just trying to be triggering some kind of edgelord when you're like not 13 on the internet and on 4chan or whatever, it gets a little sad. It gets a little sad and very cringe, but like if that's the way people want to be, like you can do that. But oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we should totally hang out and blah 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 blah. Oh yeah. And it's just like, I feel like I'm in high school. It does not feel like a normal like grown adult relationship or whatever. And then you just have like these red flags of like wanting, you know, like that connection, like wow, finally, like I am in an area where you know, where, you know, maybe I don't have to like not say I like video games or whatever, not like I care. But then it's like I see through it. You know, like yes, I will be appreciative in the moment of like, okay, you know, I had a decent conversation, I guess. But like I look for consistency. I don't look for just like, okay, this happened like a couple of months or whatever, you know, and then like nothing. And I understand people get busy and all that other stuff. But when it seems to go on so strong and like, oh my gosh, we could be besties or whatever, I'm just like, yeah. Like, you don't have to say you want to hang out with me or whatever. Try to make all these promises that you're not trying to keep, because you fall into the lines of somebody who is like a guy who's like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. We can go on trips. We can have 10 kids. We can do this cool thing, blah, 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 blah. And then you start to be abusive or like mean or whatever, you know, which is really interesting. Or like, oh, let me give you a hug. And it's just like, are you gonna try to cut me or something? Like why do you feel the need to like get that close to me? You know, also, like, how do you know I want hugs? Especially if it's not like, you're not asking me for one, you know? It's also interesting, like, some of the things that are said, like things that like would be considered sexual harassment. Like I've taken a training course for that for managers at my other job, where it just feels like nobody cares at this place. Or maybe they're just like, okay, well, we can bend the rules because we know so and so or whatever. Oh, this needs to be a little even. I don't want to spend too much time trying to do this. But like this is getting like a little bit too damp, too moist. So like it's, I don't want to like have to undo it. Is that enough? Ah. Marriage your friends as an adult. Dudes always ask for a hug. No, this is a woman. No relationship is possible. Immature people, so you have these experiences. Yeah. Like it's just, like I came there to work. And I'd almost rather just be like, just hi, bye. You know, like, I don't need it, but I guess it's like, oh, she wears lots of makeup. She must be stupid, you know? Like, oh, is she super lonely or something? Or, you know, like whatever else. Actually, this. I don't want to be too nitpicky, because I do have to like put on clothes, even though it would be nice to just not, just sleep for like a couple more hours. All right, that's good. I need eyebrows, so I'll do that. But yeah, I also lost my ID, which is interesting. Knowing that I had it in a place with my blog business cards, having not taken it out. But you know, yeah, I just keep things high and by mostly. Yeah, you know, like I do. Like sometimes I try to just be like, hey, you know, like how's it going or whatever. Like I don't mind like a little friendly banter. You know, I'm not trying to be like that standoffish, but like why does it have to feel like if like, oh, are you trying to make me become emotionally attached? Like, oh, I gave you some Starburst that like anybody else can get at a whatever at you know, another spot at work or whatever. Like, oh, I'm doing something like really important for you. And it's like, well, technically I'm not supposed to be eating sugar. You know, like I'd rather save my carbs due to pre-diabetes, by the way. I'd rather save my carbs for something that I really, really, really enjoy, but okay. You know, I don't want to seem mean or whatever. But, you know, then also wondering like, if you feel this way about somebody else who probably just like minds their business or whatever, what could you say behind my back? You know? Or like, why did somebody mention, oh wow, Lisha, you know, like your makeup is so nice. I wish somebody would do my makeup. And then they like looked over at somebody and I'm like, are you telling me something right now? Like, you know, like, oh, Am I catching on to what you're saying? I think I am. I think I am. Which is really funny, you know. I'm But like, I expect that. I expect that like whatever job that I go to now, and this has been since, heck, 20, definitely around like 2017 or so. They're like, I just expect people to act this way. They're happy or whatever 1 minute, and then you start to see glimpse of like the not so happy. I bet it's like underneath stuff in here. You know, people say that they like you or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, they stop talking to you, or now that they want to do like little digs and stuff. I need one brush. My idea is not interesting. Very interesting. You know, like I just expect it. Like I expect it to be like, oh my gosh, you're so good at this. Or people want you to be dumb. You know, they make little comments like, oh, I think you just move faster than your brain. And it's like, no, your fucking computers are slow as shit. But I see what you're doing there, you know? You think I'm stupid. Okay. That's cute. You know, it must be fun to be young and just disrespectful, you know? I guess your kids have like a mother that they can look up to at the end of the day. Or know that their mom probably thinks the same about them, I guess. Let's see. It's just very interesting. People talk about going to jail and lying about stuff, and it's like, okay, so you want me to trust you, but you're also saying this as well, which also makes me think, like, what else do you lie about so you don't get caught? Or who else covers for you so you don't get caught, so you can do things and be disrespectful while lying about stuff so people don't try to hold you accountable to things too? I guess the get out of jail free card by using mental illnesses that they probably do not have, which is typical because that happened in college too. Oh my gosh, I'm so socially awkward. Nobody really wants to be socially awkward, but you're saying this so you could be a jerk to people and then have that to like coast you through, you know, which is just fascinating. But it never ceases to amaze me knowing that there's people who are just so unhappy with their lives, or maybe that's their happiness or whatever, that they always try to like infect other people or have people leave their jobs and stuff because of them, because they're just attaching themselves to people to feel miserable at the end of the day, which is a wild concept. Got my little poof poof. And also thank you for the likes, everybody. Just a wild concept. And I also started noticing that there's more people complaining. Oh my gosh, I don't want to be here. But yet you're staying longer than usual. And you can get up and leave. Nobody's holding you hostage. But oh, you know, start the thing which happened at like, what, 2 other jobs. As if you're like being different or whatever. Like doing something I've never heard before. Like if you want to complain, go home. Like why we gotta make this like a complain fest? Oh, to feel like you're doing some psychological manipulation or whatever, but you're just making yourself even more miserable at the end of the day. End up making others miserable. Oh yeah, they really do. They really, really, really do. steal from them, steal ideas, make them feel uncomfortable, um, just say off the wall shit. And then they joke about like, oh, take me to HR, LOL. When they're probably buddies with them, knowing that HR usually is not there for people who are getting the short end of the stick with everything, you know? I think this is okay. I'm gonna like darken just like the tails of my eyebrows. But I mean, like, if that's what they like in life, like, okay, you know, like, I'm not gonna stop them. They can keep doing what they want to do. But also, like, I don't know. Like, I know, like, I do feel a little bit more tired at the end of the day. Like, I do feel like I'm drained, and like sometimes I don't get there 30 minutes early anymore. Because it's like, what's the point? I will be moving around and stuff, but I will talk as well since I still got, like, I got a couple minutes, but I don't want to dress okay. No, no, no. But yeah, it is insane. And a lot of the coaches and stuff that I like watch, they say like, okay, this is like people's games or whatever, and they tend to do this even more when there's somebody that they feel jealous of or threatened by. You know, like they'll amp up making the environment really toxic because they know that that's what's going to deter you. And I'm guessing like, oh, pretend to be nice, pretend to be all this stuff, like somebody says, when it's like, why can't I make the decision for myself to see if people are being nice, to see if people are being helpful, right? Like you're just gonna think for me in that aspect. Like how come I cannot make these judgments um, for myself, right? Like it's nice if it was that way. Like, oh, yeah, everybody's so nice and blah blah blah. Nice to who at the end of the day? Nice only to themselves? Nice only to the people that are just like them? Um, I actually don't know what I will wear. I want to be like a little casual, but not so much so. Let me see what I got. I swear I had a different shirt. Yes. Hopefully I don't have to iron it. And hopefully my audio is okay, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. But you know, like, oh yeah, oh, blah 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 blah. Everybody's so nice, everybody's so kind, everybody's so helpful. For the moment. For like 2 weeks, and then the true colors start to show. 2 weeks until, you know, somebody wants to make fun of you over something that could be embarrassing, but you're just like sitting back and like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Like, oh, you know, everybody is having this issue all of a sudden. But oh, you know, when I was having this thing that could be embarrassing or whatever else, everybody else is acting like it never happened until they want to try to gain sympathy or pity or just be a jerk and like make fun of it, like mocking and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I went through that in middle school before. You're not doing anything new. You're not doing anything that like I'm expecting you to want to do, you know. And it's like I hate proving myself right in those aspects, knowing that these people are gonna be like, oh no, we didn't mean it like that, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Super boring today. I guess I can just like do that. Yeah. Could have a cute background, but boop. All right. A super boring outfit. Should I tuck my shirt in? I don't know. But it's just interesting, right? Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I could be really embarrassed about this one thing. You know, it did happen. I didn't want it to happen. You got somebody pretending to care, and then what? Talk about me behind my back and making fun of me because, oh no, the younger black nerd did a oopsie or something. You know, let's get in all the digs because somebody feels like they're not the only black nerd. You know, like they're kind of racially ambiguous, but they're not like black, you know, which is just insane to me. And I'm also the type of person that doesn't like to make assumptions like that. But people aren't always going to be truthful with you, so you have to read in between the lines and all that. Let's see. I do want to like. I do have to do a little something with my hair. I think I'll just wear it up or down. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure actually. But it's definitely fascinating. Cause like this one thing is now like a meme for them. And I guess they think that I'm supposed to like take them seriously, like they're super honest when they made mention, like one, I'm not that stupid. Two, like, oh, all of a sudden you're having these issues all the time now. That's interesting. Or you only seem to say it like near me, if you will. It's not working. Oh, I did on purpose. It's definitely interesting. Or like somebody telling somebody else that they can't wear a certain color. So it's like you're just gonna bully somebody out of wearing like their favorite color, and then have this person, oh yeah, well, I like to wear other stuff sometimes too. But yeah, but you haven't worn what you liked in like a good month or so because somebody told you that they didn't like it, and what you're scared, like threatening you behind the scenes because they don't want you wearing a color. And then the person may mention, oh yeah, I'm gonna be scared to wear this color. And it's just like, oh, so you're trying to be a fucking bully right now over a fucking color? Like, are we in preschool right now? And mind you, this person says is they're like post like menopausal age or whatever. And it's like you're bullying a younger person, probably 40 years younger than you, over a color that they like to wear that makes them happy. Like, wow, that's being kind. Like, this girl has not worn this in a while. Like, since like March or so, when she would wear it like more or less often. You know, and it's just like it makes me sad. But then like if the girl allows it, let alone like if she feels that, you know, like in order to keep now she has to put on these airs or whatever to fall in line and not like stick up for herself. Like I don't want to feel like I'm enabling someone if they want to choose to treat me a certain way either, because I'm not following these little rules. You know, people who aren't my boss, but they feel like they have to be the boss of everybody. Like they have to be the one to, I guess, dictate what people can and cannot wear. So they're comfortable. You know, like that's a little weird. Let me see. Don't we have anything better to do? Honestly, that's probably what they do. Like I used to think the same thing. Like sometimes I still do, but at a degree of like oh, this is all that you could think of to like do with your time or whatever. And I guess essentially they are getting paid to act this way, you know. Um, but you know, it's really interesting. What else do I have to do? I want to like make sure my hair is okay. It's like I do need to like blend this just a little bit better. Guess it's okay. Don't mind my like messy room. I guess I still have to do. Hopefully everything is blended. That's all I really care about. Do I need this? I think I got the other thing. But like just some of the stuff that I've noticed, and like I try not to be that type of person where it's like, wow, you know, like let me be just super, I don't know, not necessarily paranoid, but like on guard, right? Let's do like a once over. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Do a little bit more glitter on top. But then it just makes me think, like it makes me think of those like relationships with people. Oh, you can't wear this. Oh, you can't wear that. Oh, da da da. Or like if you like a certain thing, like if you look good, but there's gonna be people who are like, who never compliment you or whatever, but they compliment everybody else. And be like, oh, you could be wearing like a cute sweater or whatever. They won't say anything to you. They'll say it to somebody else. Or like if you smell good or like anything else really, they'll compliment everybody else. They might throw one at you or whatever, but like that's why it's good to like work on your self-esteem or whatever. Because if you put your validation in people who like, do they love themselves? Do they just do stuff like this just for like the fun of it? Like you will always be unhappy. Also, let me check the weather right quick. Degrees, y'all. But it is gonna get a little cooler. But I do kind of want to have like some sort of jacket. Maybe not that bright though, because it's gonna be a little cooler at night. But it's just interesting, you know. And it's just sad. It's sad watching people say, yes, let me have this be my normal. Let me like like not uphold their own standards and values and stuff. Like that's the part that gets me. I need a little bit of lotion on my hands. And I also need to fill up my little water juice thing. But so bring this a little bit closer. It's just really interesting. I should be taking my probiotics though. Ugh. I'll do that at night. But I mean, if that's what they want to do, you know, that's what they're gonna do. You know, trauma response, all that jazz. And I guess like somebody saying things where like you're going to think about like, oh no, I am now in fear or something, because nobody is gonna say or like stand up for this person. This person is not gonna change. Like that sucks. That sucks so much. Like even when I do like kind little things for people, because like I know how hard it can be with some stuff. You know, like maybe for me, like it hasn't been too extreme, but like I have a level of understanding and I try not to put people through stuff like that. And that's probably why some people try to gravitate towards me, because they know that like, oh, are we gonna get a free pass of being assholes? Like, oh, here's a snack, you know, like it's low sugar or whatever. It's, look, don't mind my towel. It's really basic. No curls, no nothing. So it's not about parents having healthy boundaries and survival instinct. I guess it's usually with girlfriends rather than boyfriends. Which makes me wonder, like, do guys go through this, you know? What, I'm just gonna wear my little gym shoes. I wanna wear my sunglasses. But I'd be damned if somebody fucking goes in my fucking desk to fucking steal my shit. Oh, what does she have? Oh. Like, yeah, no, ask. Oh, I need to bring my lunch too. I'm gonna cut the camera off just right quick. But like, I really do wonder if guys go through this shit. Because guys aren't really emotional like that. Let's see. Just need something. Let's get my lunch. outside. It's little Lisa's. It's finally warm. I am. Why isn't it like picking me up? That's weird. Oh, is it like zoomed in? But just interesting. Like, I know things aren't going to be perfect. Like, maybe it's perfect for them until somebody comes in and they're like, oh, someone tells us to bully this person. Oh, that somebody tells us that they feel insecure, so now they have to or something. Oh, somebody tells us that we have to do this, so yes, let's be pawns or whatever. You know, instead of minding their business or whatever, you know, instead of let me work on how I feel and treat people. But I don't think that is a common trait for a lot of people. It's like, let me only treat people well, probably to their face, if they are higher up on the chain. Like, okay, let me kiss ass or be nice to this boss or whatever, at least in the moment, say what I have to say, and then, you know, you could be rude, you could be whatever. And if somebody, you know, comes in that's supposed to be like lesser than you in a way, you know, treat them like crap or whatever. Whew. You know, be rude, say things where people can most likely like doubt, like there's a bit of doubt or plausible deniability is what they call it. Like, you're not being outright rude, you're not being an outright asshole or jerk. You're doing things that can like float underneath that radar, right? Like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. It was just a joke. Blah, 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 blah. Like, just so they could continue being jerks and they don't have to say that they're sorry. You know? You look like you're the one overreacting to the BS that they're doing. But I will say, like, I've met guys that do stuff like that too. That do stuff like they're high school girls. You know what? I have met a guy that was upset that another guy told him that he couldn't make money off of material from other people that was supposed to be for private use only. He got mad. Now, mind you, this other guy was said to be in the military, in a part of a group, if you will. And I guess he overheard or found out that this is what somebody wanted to do, instead of just using his own pictures, like his own pictures of himself to do whatever. And possibly, I don't know, I'm sure there's probably like a lot of other rules that go in with that. But it's like, you want to expose teachers, police officers, firefighters, and stuff like that with stuff that could really cost them their jobs, just so he can make a couple of dollars, as if
like he doesn't, I guess, have a decent job, but I guess, you know, child support and probably court fees really do a number on somebody's pockets, that he has to exploit the people, probably not even get permission from them to sell these imagery, and to also be like, okay, you're screwing over these people as if they don't have like a leg up on you, you know, thinking you can blackmail somebody and get money off their pictures, I guess, off the dark web, as if these people, especially if they're police officers or something, don't, as if they don't know that that could happen to them. Oh goodness, so nice and warm and breezy. It's what I like. Almost there, guys. Hopefully I won't be too late or have to take an Uber today. Probably will. But I don't know, maybe that last part will definitely have to be like a video topic for a different day as well.
Just one way. $3. Not bad. $3 is 3 rides, $2.
Damn, I gotta wait 12 minutes? Shoot, I could have went and like grabbed me a snack or something. Okay. Also, oh, let me catch my breath. I hate walking upstairs, y'all. Oh gosh. Whew. Whew. But just, it's really interesting. And of course I could be talking about like, oh wow, my new blog post, guys. I will talk about it right quick. I have a new blog post out. It is a review of an item. So definitely different from having been talking about like, Yeah. Oh yeah, I have something actually. Testing, testing, testing. Can you all hear me? Testing, testing, testing. It's clear? Okay. Awesome. But yeah, new blog post. It's a review. Then just how not to dox yourself, how to keep your resume safe, how to um like if you're at a job or something and it's just like not going right. And those are all nice, like real life stuff. Of course, not as fun as like I went here, I went there, or here's like I don't know, a carnival or something. But there is a review up. How I feel about it. So yeah, it's windy. Um, but I don't know. Like I go into work as if I'm like turning on a TV channel, and not just to say like everybody is like that, because I know that words like to be misconstrued, especially if somebody feels that they have to be held accountable or that they're feeling judged for the things that they choose to do and want to do. Like, oh, okay, you hurt my feelings, or insert something here, and they'll try to make it about everybody else except for them. So now you have a lot of other people looking at you funny because somebody else couldn't just be normal. They just couldn't, contain themselves or whatever, which um I do find is interesting as well. Like people love to twist words, especially if they feel like you might be magnetic, you might actually be like a decent person. You're not fake and phony and stuff. So they just try to get a lot of people to dislike you or make fun of you or whatever. Um, which is interesting because it's like leaning more into that and not like, oh, let me just make excuses for people, let me just do whatever, and like, maybe it's just a bad day or whatever, as if like there are some people who just like to do this stuff for fun. Let's see. Not in service, are you kidding me? Then why are you here? Like if it's not in service, they can like not like stop right here. That's stupid. Like you're not in service, so oh, it's a training thing. I guess he has to like learn how to stop at places. I guess. Um, but anyway, uh, it's definitely just interesting. Like I don't talk that much. I don't share much about myself. Um, while I'm at work, I'm just like, okay, here's my resume. Here's what I can do. Okay, maybe like I did share that I liked some animes or whatever, or like give suggestions, but I don't necessarily tell them like, oh, I blog, oh, I do this. Now, if they find out because person interference from a third party that can't control themselves, that's different. If they're finding out stuff because I don't know, I don't like to think about stuff like this, but if I see other people going at other people's desks, who's to say that they're not going in mine, you know? They rejected my appeal. Mm-mm. That's why I hate this AI stuff. But new blog post is out. Got a couple scattered throughout this month. Was able to get like a little bit more stuff done this weekend, on top of like other things that are a little bit more on the difficult side, but hopefully like it'll be worth it. Hopefully it will be worth it. Things that I've never done before, things that I've thought about for a long time, um, things that I don't know might be the ripples if they're not waves for a lot of other stuff. Um, there will be a Sephora gift card giveaway. I have not forgotten about that. I just had a lot on my plate recently, and just navigating work life too has been a little tough for me. Like it drains me. Like not like it is like a high pace type of environment, which I don't really mind, you know. Um, but when that downtime comes, hearing conversations that, like, I'm not your husband, everybody else is not your husband. Why do you need to say this stuff? It doesn't make them feel better to say these things. Like I don't get it, Um, I don't see the appeal of it, but people will see the appeal in anything, really. Um, but it's just interesting, because Lord forbid if I choose to say stuff like that, they might like my eyeliner's flaking. Oh, see, I could be doing something else right now and probably getting paid more. But I know there's going to be like, she's not loyal to the company when people in the company aren't loyal to the rules. Too many crumblies. But I don't know, maybe that's just like a naive way of thinking about it. But at the end of the day, like, maybe it's just like making the people feel uncomfortable, right? Like, oh, we see that you have boundaries. We see also that this can be a form of sexual harassment, but who are they going to believe more at the end of the day? Who has more seniority at the end of the day? Um, than, like somebody just existing makes you feel that you have to do things like this. I mean, like, that kind of makes me think that a person is weak. you know like you're letting your emotions dictate how you should act or whatever. But I will head out. I do want to do a couple of little things. Finish editing some videos, get my mind prepared for snide comments, get my mind prepared for things like that. It is like a bit of a morning ritual to do that, like before work. Uh, and this definitely started when I was working at the Art Institute. When things just started to go downhill. Even though, like, I'm minding my businesses, people want to just do things because they feel insecure about themselves, um, or whatever, or what they choose not to do, instead of just like go ahead and doing it. So they do everything else which to me is just a sign of weakness at the end of the day. I'm not perfect. I don't have a six pack. I'm not super buff or whatever, but trying is better than complaining or looking at people who are making that effort, you know. But maybe some people are just destined to not make that effort at the end of the day and find those excuses, find things that keep them from what they say that they want, you know. Um, what else? Um, but yeah, like, it sucks. It definitely sucks when you sign up for a job, can do it fairly decently, and people want to make your life harder, even if you're dealing with difficult aspects of the job. They want to complain. Like, if you don't like your job, if you feel like it's unnecessary, you don't like being around certain management or whatever, then like leave. Like, you're keeping yourself hostage there and causing the morale and everything else to like dwindle, which I guess is a thing. Like, I guess people just get employed to just complain nowadays. And that makes me sound like some older, like a boomer or something. Like, no offense, but like, oh, these people, they just don't want to work. They just want to complain. And, it's somebody younger than somebody else to, like, if you don't like the job, if you can find somewhere else better, then go. Like, why are you tainting other people's mindsets? For fun? That's your fun? Definitely strange. But like, since it's like this is the third place that this has happened at, oh, I don't want to be here. I want to leave. I want to retire. I don't want to be here. And like every day, or you have other people saying that every day, but yet they're still there. They're still there complaining. They stay there for like 3, 4 years and they're still complaining. It's like, didn't you want to retire 4 years ago? Didn't you say you wanted to leave 4 years ago and you still haven't left? To go to a different job and people say the same thing, always whining, always complaining. And there's a tip out there that says like, don't be around people who whine and complain because that stuff is infectious. Who wants to be by somebody who's so negative that they can't even do the steps to make themselves happy when nobody's like forcing them to do anything, you know? Um, and and here's yet like another place where it's the same exact lines, the same exact script. Oh, if we say this enough times, Alicia will say it too, right? You can't really like do certain things to fire somebody because that could be illegal. You could get a lawsuit to, if we, do some little psychology tricks, and it's like, do you think everybody's that stupid and can't see through like what you're doing? Which is just so fascinating. Oh, but everybody's so happy. Everybody's so nice. Well, if they're nice, maybe they should be considerate that nobody wants to hear them bitch and complain. You know, like if you're complaining that much, go see a therapist. Like, I'm sure you make enough money, make enough commission to go see a therapist to talk about these issues. Like, nobody's forcing you to work there. You're choosing to work there and work there even though you don't like it. Um, or you say that you can find better or be here or be there, but you're still choosing to be somewhere that you don't like. That sounds dumb, especially like if you sign up for it and there's no other like facets of like somebody forcing you or bullying you to be at that place, you know? Which is just like it's predictable now. Like, oh, okay, one person is saying this. Okay, I can kind of see who will fall in line because they don't want to get bullied and who's going to like say that same thing too. And it's like, wow, like if this, like, I don't condone gambling or whatever, but like, oh, okay, I bet 2 cents, I guess. I bet I don't know, something low stakes or whatever, that like somebody is going to say something out of pocket. Like, I bet you somebody is still going to try to say something that could be embarrassing for me or make me feel triggered or whatever. I know that I can bet that somebody's going to complain about not wanting to be there. I can bet that somebody's going to bring up their chest size again eventually, if not today, and maybe like a couple of weeks. I bet that Somebody's going to talk about somebody behind their back, and then like be more or less kind to them to their face, or like, pretend like everything is all right or whatever. I bet that somebody else who probably I was cool with is going to, like, I guess, be told by somebody else that doesn't want me there to like be rude or something. Um, what else? Like what else did I find that will be so predictable, which makes me want to be like, oh yeah, like I knew you were gonna do that, and then be like, huh, what? What do you mean? Because I feel like they think that I'm stupid. I feel like they think, hi Ronald. I feel like they think that I don't understand games like this. I feel like they think that I don't understand what they're doing because I'm not doing that stuff to them. I'm not doing crazy, crappy things to people. So I feel like they're probably thinking, like, oh, like she must be really innocent. She must be really dumb and naive. When it's like, I'm not, like I'm not super, super smart, because otherwise I feel like I should be able to kind of like really overthrow things, if you will. Not to sound like, I don't know, a tyrant or like it's war or whatever, but I guess kind of it is. You have people who are just going to be bruised and butt hurt over nothing, starting little fights, starting little dramas and stuff, because they can't just be like, oh, like I feel like I'm not putting enough effort into my looks or whatever because I wear makeup all the time, which is like, all right, it's a little bit of foundation, eyeliner, and I fill in my eyebrows. I'm not doing like super glam makeup or anything, but you can kind of figure out what, like, how they feel by what they say. Oh, I didn't put on my eye bags and blah, 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 blah. I didn't have enough time to put on makeup or whatever. Oh, because you see that I've made time to put on makeup today. So now you're complaining for compliments. Now you're complaining because you just choose not to. You're complaining because you want to have something to be negative about, you know, which is interesting. And that even goes with body weight too. Like all these little things where it's like, oh, is this a innocent conversation or is it like laced with daggers or something? Like one day I was just minding my business, got to work early or whatever, and somebody's like, "Oh, I had a friend who's thin like you," and I'm just like, "Oh, here we go." Like why? Like why? Why do I need to know that to be like, "Oh, I'm not the only thin person"? It's like, well, fucking duh. Like no shit. Like excuse my language. There's people thinner than me out there. There's people fitter than me out there, but those people don't exist when a target of disdain is like right in front of them, I guess. Oh yeah, it's too much. Yeah, yeah. So I just do my best to like sit back, seem really busy, even though people sometimes come over to me. Like sometimes, like I'll chat a little bit with something, but then knowing that like, okay, nobody's actively saying like, oh, let's include her. Like before, yeah. But now it's like, oh, you guys are just chatting or whatever, but not like looping me in when you know that I'm there. And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing, you know. Um, but like all that, oh my gosh, everybody's so nice. Da, da, da. Well, everybody should be nice, and that should be apparent for the person experiencing them than just being told what to experience. Because now that person just seems like a liar. Because I'm like, okay, I'm not like in the midst of everything. I'm kind of sitting off to myself. Like I can see, like I can see like who talks to who, who's super chummy with who. and probably why, and things like that, where like I feel like I lost that like during high school days. Of course, it made for interesting content and interesting lessons and stuff. Um, but like right now, not feeling too attached to people. Like, oh my gosh, this person, like, we really vibe together in video games. Yay! I have somebody who's on my side who has my back. When she could be shit talking me just because I like anime. I'm a black person that likes anime too, and I guess it's competition or whatever. Or oh, I'm actually like learning something really fast, but then it's like I've used computers often. Like I do try to downplay stuff and not try to just be like, oh, I'm getting things 100% perfect all the time. But like I feel like it's still not enough. But then like if I don't do anything right, then it's like, well, you do need to do something right. Like I just can't skate by. My eye bags still look a little poofy. Hopefully they drain soon. It's showcasing how tired I am of bullshit. Sorry for cursing, y'all. But let me try to peel this decision on this video where I'm saying like having eating issues and body image issues is terrible, and even prefacing that at the beginning of the video. Let me go complain to YouTube right quick. And I really don't know where I can have these videos if YouTube's AI BS algorithm stuff isn't catching fully what I'm saying, and they're just picking up on words and stuff and not taking into consideration some stuff, which kind of limits when I want to talk about things like that to show like issues that should be changed. Like, get it together, YouTube. Hopefully, you all have a good day. I will do my best. I will do my best to not let this negativity get to me. Um, but I'm sure that I'll have more stories to say. Hopefully, I can find my ID. Um, and, maybe I just got to switch some stuff up just a little bit. And, uh, yeah. So until next time, y'all, take care, stay well, and see you in the next one, okay?